Ohio Capital lit up for another night in the PVF. 2 weeks to go in the regular season, and so much to play for in Central Ohio. Welcome inside Nationwide Arena. The Columbus Fury in the middle of a 3-match homestand. They welcome the Orlando Valkyries to town. The fourth and final meeting of this regular season. Hi everyone, Neil Seegan with the Ohio State Hall of Famer Audrey Flaw here to have some fun. The Fury did that in Bloom last Friday night with an upset over leading Atlanta, and boy, they needed it. A 6-match losing streak, and now, Audrey, they've given themselves a shot here in the stretch run.
Yeah, and they looked really good Friday night, and then had a great week of practice according to Angel Perez, so things really are turning in Columbus's favor after that big win against Atlanta last week.
All right, we look at the standings and where Columbus sits. 1 game back of Orlando, who's lost their last 4 games, and their last victory came here in Columbus. You could argue that was one of their best matches of the season, but things have gone south for the Valkyries since then. Columbus knows they can be right back in the mix with a victory tonight.
Yeah, that 4-match losing streak, wowza. At 7-12, they are in a must-win situation in order to be in the hunt for the playoffs. And like you said, they played absolutely out of their mind, beating Columbus 3-0 and putting on a serving clinic that night. For Columbus, Angel Perez thinks his team is headed in the right direction. It's going to take a team effort if this Fury team wants to go to the playoffs. They're feeling good, like we said, after a great week and a big win last week.
Well, they're going to play 2 matches over the course of the next 3 days. On Sunday, they get Grand Rapids. But turning to the attention to tonight's match, for Orlando, defensively solid, transition is good. It's been the offense that's been inconsistent, and right now they're in a slump. Canadian international Shaina Joseph, can she pull them out of it? She's had double-figure kills in 2 of her last 3.
Oh, she's been outstanding, hitting huge numbers for Orlando. You know, they have a lot of offensive weapons with Adora Nye and Skylar Fields and Kaz Brown, but it's been Joseph hitting great numbers at 484 in the last match against Atlanta. And like you said, she's only got 2 matches left for the Valkyries. She's heading to the national team.
Off to Vancouver to get ready for the Paris Olympics. Now, the big question here tonight for Columbus, Kendall Kipp has been a sensation since she's come in. 26 kills, the double-double game against Atlanta in the upset, but rolled her ankle in practice in the midweek. If she goes, she's a difference maker. If not, then there are questions for this Fury team.
Yeah, this team needs Kendall Kipp. We saw just the turnaround that this team had with her out on the floor. She's so physical. She brings such great energy to the court. And, you know, how can you not have a 31-point person on the floor? So she's going to try her best to do her best tonight. We'll see what she can handle tonight.
The All-American and national champ at Stanford has been a difference maker and giving a little bit of life to this Fury team late in the season. All right, let's look at the keys to tonight's match. For Columbus, well, the serve game. It was a disaster the last time they played Orlando, especially in receive. You talk about Wilma Rivera and what she was able to do from the serve line, but more importantly, getting into transition offense and then points alone when they're serving themselves.
Yeah, and for the Orlando team, they need a high side out rate, and like you said, they want to go on some serving runs, and they just have to stay in this battle tonight. They're not expecting to roll over the Fury. The Fury's lineup is looking good. And right now for Columbus Fury, they're really trying to work that transition offense, and they do that by good block touches and control digs.
Orlando, when they side out well, it's around 65%, and that gets them into their offense. We are excited. We hope you are too. Fury Volleyball, it's coming up. The PVF, Columbus, Orlando, a big one with 2 weeks to play in the regular season. We've got first serve when we come back to Nationwide Arena.
Marley Monserrat with a tap down. With the gentle hand.
And Marley Monserrat is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
What an absolutely beautiful spring evening in the Midwest as we welcome you live to Grand Rapids. This is Pro Volleyball Federation. And on the left side, Chaussee with a set point swing.
Tom to Temi, and she wins it for San Diego.
Pass by Sponsel. And Cash Brown, absolutely spectacular.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like they in a choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
Their last 4. That last victory came a month ago tonight in this building.
Yeah, and even though they lost 4 in a row, my goodness, they played so well when they were here. So this is a tough Orlando team, and we'll see what team shows up. The one that kicked the Furies' booty about a month ago, or the one that's been on a 4-match losing streak.
4th and final meeting between the two teams. February 16th, Orlando won in 4 sets. The first ever match, Columbus in 5 back on March 3rd. And the game we were just referencing on March 29th, 4 weeks ago to the day, 3-0, Orlando with the sweep. And they have not found victory since then. And for Columbus, what a massive victory over Atlanta to buoy the spirits, and Kendall Kipp, who's going to try and give it a go tonight, and that is of the utmost importance because of what she's brought offensively to a team that had lacked or at least been up and down over the last month.
Yeah, she was the consistent spark that night, and boy, was she ever playing at a high level. So this team looks really different when Kipp is on the floor, and for all the Fury fans that are watching right now, there's number 11 playing right front. She's on the floor for the Fury.
Got that sleeve on her right leg. Mentioned in the pregame it was an ankle. Amending that, the right leg rolled over a ball. And looked like she was in a little bit of pain in the warm-up, jumping up and down. but of the value that she has provided, especially with the loss of Asia O'Neal to the Olympic team, she will be crucial. Adora Nye is crucial for Orlando if they're to get back to their winning ways. Team's leading point producer, the 27-year-old veteran of the professional leagues in Greece, Puerto Rico, and Turkey. All-American at Utah starts us off with the opening serve. Through the middle it goes in transition, and Raynell Jones puts it down.
Oh, that's a great opening pass from the Fury. Able to run middle. Take a look at this pass, and look at Raynell Jones right out of the gate here. She is strong out of the middle.
So siding out, and Kip serves. Kayla White, who got injured in the first set at the end of March, back in the middle to start this game for the Valkyries. Kip on the dig. Carly Scott, who stepped into the starting role. We're going to reference it a lot, that March 29th match. Cross court, Janasia Moore, who's come alive the last three. Double-double her last time out, and she's earned the start. Strong in serve receive, but they'll also take the offense.
Yeah, take a look at that nice swing. That cross court shot, that's a hard one to execute. Jen Moore with that big point from the left pin.
First two to the Fury. Scott. Courtney Lush the dig. Scott again. That'll stay in.
It's so important not only to dig the ball, but to control the dig. That second dig went right over top of the net. And then you saw Scott taking care of business there and just hitting that overpass straight down.
From Riverdale, Maryland, Michaela White. She's an assistant coach at American University in Washington, D.C. They set up Scott. She swings again. The effort from Moore keeps it alive for Columbus. There's Joseph. She can jump out of the gym. Canadian Olympian hopeful. Is going off with the national team after their next match. Jostling in the middle for Columbus. For Joseph, and their initial swing put it over.
Yeah, the set to Kendall Kip on the right side was not great. It brought her right into the block. As a setter, you want to give your hitter an opportunity to score. Obviously, if you've got no block in front of you as a setter, you're doing a good job, but got to get them one-on-one.
White serves. Going quickly is Stringer, and it fooled the system of the Valkyries.
And that's the beauty of passing the ball up to the setter. When the setter's front row, they can attack. Tori Stringer does a really good job of being aware where that blocker is. Didn't even jump with her. There's lots of space there to attack the ball.
That's a serve error on Columbus. We're all even at 3 early in this first set. So Joseph to the serve line. A 7-year pro from Ottawa. He played the last 2 seasons in France. Great college career at Florida. It's Graham, the 2nd-year pro from Rice, who's in the starting center role tonight. And Columbus with the miscue.
Yeah, net violation there, and so the point goes to the Orlando Valkyries. Just the ball was passed a little tight, forced a player from Columbus into the net.
Their last meeting, Columbus started strong, and then 12 in a row from Rivera at the serve line. But mentioning Graham starting, they've not felt she's been playing at her best. Columbus foiled again on the outside here from Courtney Lush. It hit the pin.
Yeah, Courtney Lush was trying to go off the blocker's hands and out of bounds, but she did not hit the blocker's hands, actually hit the antenna on that play.
Joseph lobbing that into the middle traffic. Hot potato with Scott over. Courtney Lush's big swing. Brown in the middle. It's a great dig from Murphy. Rookie from Oregon. With Tori Stringer and Raynell Jones are in position A to terminate.
Yeah, great defensive gets by the Fury, and then finally you see this big block by Raynell Jones. Lines up perfectly, nicely set up there by Stringer on the right pin.
Raynell Jones with 5 blocks in her last 2 outings, but it had been 3 weeks where she had collected that many blocks Have to go back to the end of March. There's Scott. Goes again. Jones on the dig, Stringer. And her pass over for Courtney Lush. Off the block of Graham and down.
Courtney Lush does an exceptional job of adjusting her approach. You see it was a high set. She delayed and then went in fast. But Kendall Kipp, great defensive gets in the backcourt. There you see Courtney Lush adjusting to the set inside.
All even at 5. Here's Scott. No chance for anyone on that one. She brought the thunder.
Wow, yeah, she's going to be hitting over top of Tori Stringer at 5'11", and there you can see a lot of space. Does a really crafty job of getting hand-to-ball contact, just unaware of where the ball is going to go when you're a blocker when she hits that way.
Coming from the beach game, she was a standout at Michigan. And the swing from across by Kipp is in.
Yeah, Kipp just so good. Always an offensive threat, even when she's in the backcourt. In fact, I feel like she's really efficient no matter where she is on the court. We're going to see lots of kills off of her right shoulder.
How's she looking so far to you in the attack?
Well, she's looking pretty smooth. You can always tell on someone's approach if they're injured, and I'm not seeing any delay on her approach at all or jump.
That block a little heavy. Anai off the left side. 6-6.
Now, one of the things we mentioned in the Open, you know, this Orlando team went on a serving run, and it was Willia Rivera that did that with her jump top spin serve. She is not on the floor. So right now, not a factor with that jump top spin serve of hers.
Funny how momentum can swing from match to match and week to week in this league. First of 3 on the road for Orlando to wind down their season. This is their 20th match. Columbus, this is only 18. They've got 6 more to play after. The carousel effects, Scott and Brown. Columbus through the middle.
Yeah, and that ball, you can play it off someone's shoulder, off someone's head. It does count as a contact, and that's what we saw in that last play.
Caitlin Horde really stepped into that middle role nicely, especially since the departure of Asia O'Neal of Karch Karai and the United States Olympic team. The tip over from Janasia Moore, who's starting in place of Reagan Cooper. And that will favor Orlando.
Yeah, this is a great shot by Adora Anai. She goes hard and really intentionally goes hard into the block, and at the last minute wipes it off the block. It's really tough to play a ball that goes high off the blocker's hands like that.
Deflection off the antenna. There's Horde doing her best, but that's one too many for Columbus after the block in the middle. Credit White.
Yeah, White's so good at just reading and being disciplined, not making a move in either direction, just waiting for the ball to be set. She's loaded with her knees down low ready.
4-1 run for the Valkyries. Lost in 4 sets to Atlanta, who bounced back after the upset loss to Columbus. Anai strong on that left side.
Big time block by Adora Anai. And one thing I like about Kipp's game is that she likes the ball fast, and she can beat the block with the speed of her approach. So ball's got to be a little bit lower so she can see she's slowing down on that attack, and it's a roll shot.
Finesse from Kipp, Courtney Lush. And a tip again from Kendall Kipp. There's Anai. Kipp, her swing into the block of Brown. Stringer for more. Ward kept it alive. Oh, White was given one there, and the attack error.
Well, that is certainly a missed opportunity by Orlando. Boy, this Orlando team, though, is doing a good job of slowing Kendall Kipp down, getting a lot of positive touches when she's swinging. And we'll see if that builds frustration for Kendall Kipp or if she is just relaxed and understands, hey, I'm going to get blocked a little bit. I'm getting a lot of sets, and she doesn't worry about it. We'll see how she reacts.
Kipp has 2 20-kill games. They both come here on the home floor. And that is the reason why she's had those games, because it plays like that.
Yeah, I'd say she's pretty relaxed after getting a lot of block touches. So she's a veteran. She knows she's been in tight situations before in very elite matches, an elite player herself. That cross-court shot, a winner.
Her second kill. 11-9 Orlando. An eye off that block toward the Columbus bench. The pass over from Courtney Lush. Georgia Murphy with the set from Graham. Joseph thought she might have gotten away with one. The twine kind to Columbus. Here's a nye in her face from Raynell Jones.
Well, Jones gets so many points for this Columbus Fury team by her blocking ability. There you see the stuff block, but then even when she doesn't get a stuff block, they're controlled blocks, and that is a huge asset for this Columbus Fury team. I love the way Raynell Jones is really disciplined and just never reaches out to the antenna, but back to the middle of the court.
Big athletic family, mom and dad playing at high levels. Played basketball for Team Canada. 11-10. Columbus on a 3-1 run. There's White. Just stuffed it down into the open vacancy.
Yeah, not much you can do with that when it's an overpass. The only thing Raynell Jones could have done is recognize that that ball was coming over the net and maybe made an attempt to side jump there and try to get a touch on the ball, so that lateral step may have helped, but really tough to get that point back.
Anai serves. The block from Joseph on Jones. That's sheer athleticism right there.
Well, Joseph is a right side blocker, so she has to help with the middle B, the 31. You're going to see her position here, but then she also has Janasia Moore on that left pin, so she has got double duty there. Really seals that net perfectly.
Moore on receive, Kip. Test the rookie Murphy. She did not pass that test.
Yeah, feed the beast. Number 11's been unstoppable. She's playing with a ton of confidence here, is not showing any sign of injury to that leg.
Now with 3 kills and a serve error, that'll swing it back to Orlando. Valkyries 14-11 here in the first set. Kayla White, she missed 3 matches after that injury in the opening set in the last meeting between the two teams here at the end of March. Fine effort from Scott, but there was some real venom on that ball put down off the left side.
Now, Moore was not a starter at the beginning of the year. It was Reagan Cooper, and here you see her passing and then a thunderous cross-court shot. Wow, she's really, really making a name for herself on this Columbus Fury team.
Overpass, and on the mistake, Jones says thank you very much. 14-13.
No block there. The only thing you can do as a front row attacker is maybe hop step to the middle and see if you can get a touch off that.
Couple of kills for Jones. Another on the block. Help from Courtney Lush also with the touch.
Always love to see how hitters react after they get roofed. Megan Courtney Lush does a really good job of lining up, and she's exceptionally well at wide hands over the net. I really love the look of that block.
Dayton, Ohio native, Kettering to be specific. 14 all. Been back and forth in this first set. China Joseph goes strong. Courtney Lush this time answered by Joseph. She defends after Courtney Lush defended her. The Valkyries are the first of 15 here at Nationwide. Crucial match for the 5th spot with 2 weeks remaining. The PVF on YouTube.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Get a look at head coach Angel Perez and the great job he's doing here in year one in Columbus. Of course, a champion in his native Puerto Rico, coaching the last couple of years. And every week seems to bring a new challenge to this group, whether it be injuries or personnel in terms of additions to the roster, subtractions, but they've seemingly weathered a lot of that storm and are still in striking distance and position to get themselves within the top 4.
Yeah, and you know what's remarkable is they got some great wins with Reagan Cooper swinging on that left pin. I mean, she was a hot player here for Columbus, and then she was sick just with the flu, I believe, and out in stepped Janasia Moore, and Moore never looked back. I mean, she has just done a really good job, not only offensively, but it's securing that first ball contact for the Fury. That's where the difference has been.
Joseph coming off 15 kills in the loss to Atlanta. She's had 15 kills in 2 of the last 3. Serving here out of the timeout with the Valkyries up 1. Opening set, Leon. Such a sturdy libero for this Columbus team. Ooh. Knows Columbus well from her Ohio State days. Pummeled into the block, and a fortuitous fall for Kendall Kipp.
Yeah, Kendall Kipp taking multiple swings in that rally. You just wonder how much longer she can last. You know, her legs are really taking a toll here just in the first set. She's got so many more attempts than any other player on the floor right now. And that adds up, and it really does. And fatigue might set in. We'll have to see. She's a champion, though. We'll see if she can weather the storm here, as she's not quite 100%.
Ivania Ortiz trying to get a run going from the serve line. That's her specialty. Goes right at a nine. Scott off the block of Stringer and out of play. Valkyries side out.
Scott just so powerful. She's got a long runway. You're going to see this huge approach, and then she just goes for it. She was going for that line shot way off the blocker's hands, out of bounds.
Part of a big hockey family. Brother Jake played at Nebraska Omaha and then at the Division III level, but missed the mark on the serve. So that error gives it back to Columbus. All even at 16. You were referencing Kipp and the volume even tonight, but it's a quick turnaround too, not to put the cart before the horse. Grand Rapids in a matinee on Sunday. The Rise have beaten Columbus all 3 times so far this season. And they're playing at home tonight to Omaha in a game that was delayed at the start because of a tornado watch. Here's Kipp. Big block from Brown, and that's her specialty.
When the ball is set a little tight, it's dying close to the net. The advantage really goes to a well-formed block. It's hard to see from this angle, but that ball was set a little bit close to the net, so not a lot of angles for Kipp to work with.
Give partial credit too to Anai, who was also in on that. The serve from Brown. The tip from Horde. There's Scott from the back row. More on the receiving end. Kipp. And that cut shot, it's a beauty down the line.
Love the way Stringer takes her eye off the ball, takes a look at the outside hitter, and delivers her a perfect ball. Great tempo, great location, and Kipp just rips the ball down the line.
17 all. 1 game separating the teams. Columbus's win, along with the 4-game losing streak for Orlando, has cut it to that margin. And cutting it across is Anai, and got it to go.
Yeah, that's a shot right there. Hand-to-ball contact perfect, then thumb down on the ball, hard cross court. Look at how she just exploits that open area of the court. Sometimes blockers want to channel the ball to the libero, give some open space. Valeria Leon likes that. She likes to cover a lot of court, but wasn't able to get that cross-court killer.
Anai, 17 kills the last time they played here. That's going to be a violation on Columbus. And the point to Orlando, 19-17. But not just Anai, it's all their attackers. This is the slump that maybe Paul Lee, the head coach, has been talking about. Player like Anai, she's had single-digit kills in 3 of her last 4. Joseph with a big swing. Pass across, a tough one for Kipp to handle. She managed and forced Scott into an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, there's a sign of a great player right there. Can you take a not-so-great set and do something positive? You see she gets her feet to the ball, jumps straight up on that tight set, and is able to see where the open spot is on the court to tip.
That's the raw talent who was the 15th pick in the draft, and then Kendall Kipp started her professional career in Italy. Just her 4th match now with the Fury. Michelle Barch-Hackley, the gold medalist in Tokyo 3 years ago at the Olympics. Late add to the roster midseason for Columbus, serving here, and they work it to the alpha dog, Kendall Kipp.
And what a great dig by Michelle Barch-Hackley. That ball is out of her range to her left. She extends perfectly, gets that ball up, and then a perfect out-of-system set by Megan Courtney Lush. That's what you do when you're an Olympian. You make big plays.
Of course, she's just down the road, assistant coach at Ohio State. Former standout at Illinois, trying to dig that one, can't. The delivery off the right, Joseph so good at hitting a variety of shots, different angles. You really just have to be ready outside of the block, down low and ready, and be able to make a move laterally to dig her balls. 20 aces from the line for Anai this season. Leon denies 21. At the passing setup, Kipp, Anai with the dig. Scott sandwiched it in between the block of Jones and Kipp for the point.
Yeah, if the block is coming down slightly, an outside hitter can really exploit that. There you see it ricocheting off of the blocker's hands. So you got to be up at the same time, 4 hands over at the same time reaching.
21-19 Orlando. Kipp. Right in the wheelhouse for Kendall Kipp.
I mean, it's like everybody in the place knows where it's going, yet it is undefendable because she hits such sharp angles. This time, look at how she's facing deep cross court and is able to hit over her left shoulder.
On 20 attacks, she's got 7 kills. Rai Santos, the 10-year pro, into serve. Graham setting White, and pummels that to planet Earth.
It's a great pass and such a great swing. Really difficult if you're blocking that quick attack. You've got to take one angle away.
Just think what they missed with her out. She's hitting .316 on the year, and they managed here in Columbus. That was a mistimed jump by Brown, and all types of problems through the middle after Courtney Lush tossed it over.
Yeah, that was actually Perovic that's out on the floor there, and a little roll shot there, and sometimes it's that change-up shot that works. So that's exactly what the Fury team needed. Quick side out point.
Good catch, Nikoleta Perovic, who's also had leg issues over the last 3 weeks, is on and can help provide from the right side. Be the opposite, but that's a critical point for Orlando to get within 2.
Yeah, you know, you really don't want to make unforced errors this late in the set, so you have to play almost flawlessly here. Got to play aggressively, yet you don't want to make unforced errors and give away easy points to your opponent. That was a net touch by the Fury.
Bill Thornburg setting up a timeshare here. He doesn't live too far away. He's in the referee 1 chair. Wesley Radigan down on the floor right in front of us. 23-21, Orlando. Moore, that pass. Santos kept it alive. Wouldn't have mattered. Already the violation by Columbus, and Orlando's within 1. Sarah May just come on the floor for the Valkyries, and a timeout from Angel Perez and Columbus. Orlando trying to close out this first set when we come back. 24-21, it's the PVF on YouTube.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like they in a choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
What an absolutely beautiful spring evening in the Midwest as we welcome you live to Grand Rapids. This is Pro Volleyball Federation. And on the left side, Chaussee with a set point swing.
Tom.
Having some fun on this Friday night. The Ohio State Hall of Famer Audrey Flaw, Neil Sika with you, our great crew. 24-21, Orlando serving for the opening set. Now Columbus, a week ago, they dropped the opening set and then won the next three. Shani Teeler comes off the Orlando bench right out of the timeout. Hasn't had a ton of action, but steps on the floor here. More there. Courtney Lush with that block, but it's wide. The Furies stay alive.
Yeah, good sign when you can side out when it's a critical time at 24 for the Orlando team. It was Courtney Lush that just went for it. She plays with such courage. She was just swinging hard as she can. She was not going to give that point up. That's a champ right there.
Raynell Jones, she's had a nice opening set. Serving here. And the swing from Brown, it's going to trickle out of play off Columbus. And the Valkyries, which were red hot a month ago, hoping to reinstate their run back in the Ohio capital. They take the opening set here at Nationwide.
So hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at renathletics.com and provolleyballshop.com.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, okay, I need to not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Back in Columbus, where the Fury are 4-4 this season. Orlando's 3-5 on the road. Neil and Audrey with you. 25-22, Orlando takes the opening set. You were referencing it late on, and especially at this time of year where it's on a knife's edge, margin for error for a lot of these teams trying to get to the 4th spot. is so small, so miscues late in sets can really come to haunt you.
Yeah, it's the little things, right? It's, you know, the net touch, and that's an easy point for your opponent. It's the ball that goes off the blocker's hands and unplayable. You know, it's not executing on an overpass kill, those kinds of things. It's all the little things. So these two teams, though, hitting percentage-wise, really close. Columbus hitting 34% for the first. Actually, Orlando down just slightly from that, 32%. But, you know, it was all Orlando making big plays at the end there. But Columbus has got nothing to worry about. They just need to clean up a couple of those unforced errors down the stretch, and this is going to be a good night, a good competitive volleyball match.
Well, the 4-game losing streak, it's come against teams within the top 4. San Diego holds that 4th spot right now. You got Grand Rapids, which Orlando has played twice and lost those last 2. Kendall Kipp wasn't on the floor for the last 6 points or so of that first set. She starts here serving, and that's an error on Orlando to start things off in the right direction for the Fury.
Yeah, tough serve puts Carly Graham, the setter for Orlando, in an uncomfortable position, super tight, and then no touch on that one, so 4 hits for Orlando.
Kipp with an eye going at Scott. Suspended off the block. Graham starting in that setter role. Anai from the back row in the middle.
What's so impressive is the speed of the set. It's really low. They're really pushing how low they can set that ball to give a lot of pressure there in the back court to Valeria Leon. She's got a lot of space to cover, so offense is run so fast in the back court by Orlando.
Leon will go over the 200 dig mark at some point in this one, averaging just over 3%. 1-all here in the second. Big swing from Scott. Janasia Moore. There's the dig by Graham. And an overpass. A poor one, but a poor response by Moore.
Yeah, unfortunate error there. That should have been Columbus Fury's point. Again, just you're touching the net on plays where you should be getting a kill. So, and Janasia Moore, you can see she's frustrated with herself on that one.
18 of her 30 kills on the year have come in the last 2 matches. A nice response in receive from Stringer.
Yeah, and not only the right time, but the right place to put the ball. Michaela White served. She's playing left back. You know, those middle blockers, they're not typically known for their defense, so good placement there by Stringer.
The standout at Ohio State, Moore, finished up at Tennessee, serving here once and then twice from Brown. Leon digs, Kipp kills. That's a good formula. 3-2 Columbus.
Leon looking so good on defense, and when she's feeling it, boy, she keeps this Columbus Fury team in the mix. And there you see a great sprawl and roll from Leon. Results in a big swing there by Kipp.
That swing from Scott. Stringer and Jones block. Here's Joseph. Going to set that to Moore on the back, and Murphy comes up with the dig. Graham over. Finds an eye on the pass. Courtney Lush. Brown didn't see where that block repelled. Kipp. Look at the pump over by Graham. Great athleticism on that dig. Jones the tip. The heavy swings that Kipp had Orlando scrambling.
Yeah, you're seeing 2 teams battling hard for points. These are not easy points either team is giving up. They're making the opponent earn the point, extended rallies, and that one just goes the Fury's way.
There's 2 fists in the air from Jones. That patented victory pose, they're gonna make a trademark off of that here in Columbus. Good again on the block, and they have opened up a little bit of breathing room early in this second set.
Take a look at that quick lateral movement by Stringer, getting to the right spot, reaching over and sealing the net.
This is her 10th game now with Columbus after the trade from Atlanta for 2 first-round picks. A violation here on Orlando.
Yeah, back row attack, setter's back row, and the ball was passed tight. As she was trying to set the ball, it goes over the net. Whistle blows right away. Point for the Fury.
We've got the last 4, leading 6-2. Moore, he's got 2 aces. Almost dropped that in. kick of the can down the road from Orlando. They conceded it after the work of the middle. Jones. 7-2 Columbus. Good start of the second set, trying to get on even terms. It's the PVF on YouTube.
Omaha, Nebraska. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb and provolleyballshop.com.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
(7-2) Columbus early on in this second set. Orlando took the first 25-22. One of the keys that we hit on right at the top, both sides of the serve game, but from Columbus's offensive perspective, they've got a nice strategy going.
Yeah, you know, serving is not always about bringing the heat and the hard serve. The placement is so important, especially when you have an arm like Carly Scott. So Fury was serving her short, forcing her to pass the ball.
They go into Nye here out of the timeout. Leon. Her pass for Courtney Lush. An eyes there on the dig. Now comes from the back row. And a much needed point for the Valkyries to end the Columbus run at 5, 7-3 now.
Yeah, placement of that ball is just perfect. And Anai starts her approach as the setter is touching the ball. So it's almost like a quick that's extended just a little bit, but boy, it's coming at the Furies really fast from that backcourt attack.
China Joseph. Her serve, got more on the move. Kip thrusting that toward the net, but not enough elevation.
And a great serve by Orlando, forcing Janasia Moore to play a ball high to her shoulder on the right side. That's a really difficult ball to pass, so we'll see if that's the target again.
Ratchet up, number 6 in terms of the ace category for Joseph this season. They had 10 as a team back at the end of March, but the serve error in succession right back to the Fury, who lead 8-4. Raynell Jones. Too much. So a couple of serve errors in succession. And a rotation for Scott now. Harley Scott won the Laguna Beach Open last year, coming out of Michigan in the beach game. Here's Murphy, a Nye. Kip had to send it over. Murphy, the rookie from Oregon. Although Pac-12 compatriot at least was once upon a time, and Nye lobs it in.
Anai knows exactly where to place the ball. She's putting it in the middle of the court, forcing Kip to make an aggressive move. Kip keeps it off the ground, but again, it's not just touching the ball, it's putting the ball up so somebody can run the offense, preferably the setter, but if not, getting another touch by a non-setter.
6 kills for Anai. Joseph got in there. Anai was looking for 7. This time it's Brown off Moore. Big swing there from Kaz Brown.
Kaz Brown does a super job of running that fast slide. You're gonna see her just take off, and she is in the air actually waiting for the ball. And Carly Graham, boy, she's doing an outstanding job of putting it right in the hand of Kaz Brown.
3-0 run, all from Scott serving, 8-7. Horde, just tried to tuck it low to the back. Anai. They get into transition for Kip. Columbus comes again. Kip didn't get all she wanted on it. Scott was ready. They've been targeting her both in the serve-receive game and right in that back row, but they fight it off long enough to go through Brown in the middle.
Now let's take a look at this one again. Out of system set, and there you see what number 14, Adora Nye, does so well. Gets her feet to the ball and takes an aggressive swing, knows where to put it, right in the middle of the Columbus Fury court, and that is a great looking point by the Valkyries.
Yeah, pardon Nye with the kill. She's got 7. We're all even at 8 here in this second set. A timeout, and we'll take one too. Back to Nationwide. After this, it's the PVF on YouTube.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Orlando leading 1-0, and they've gone on a 4-0 run here early in the second to get even at 8. A block from Graham, doing a little bit of everything. Stepping into that setter role, which she'll do here for Scott. Been the hot server at the moment. There's a Nye. Or Brown. Someone went into the net. Point Fury.
Yeah, sometimes that roll shot will force the blocker to kind of reach. That time, Orlando was in the net reaching for the Kendall Kipp attack.
Stringer comes off for Rai Santos. Former Arkansas stalwart with a long career in the pro game. Best setter award once upon a time in Greece. There's Joseph. Just the strength of her coming from the back. That attack is heavy.
Yeah, so much firepower right now. This Orlando team, they're really feeling it offensively, and that was one of Coach Pauley's concerns. Like she said to us, really feel like offensively we're kind of in a bit of a lull. I don't see that tonight.
Well, Moore and Leon, despite their best efforts, yeah, they are flying, if you will, based off of that reaction. 10-9, although it's nip and tuck in this second set, but maybe there is some of that nostalgia that comes back to, hey, we played really well here a month ago and circumstances are different, but we can maybe find our bearings and get out of this funk that we've been in for the last 4 games. Kaz Brown going at Moore. She's been steady in the serve-receive game, which has allowed her to get the minutes over Cooper. There's a Nye, just swatting that, but Leon and Santos, Puerto Ricans work well to play it over. Ford and Courtney Lush on that block attempt. They got a couple of touches. A Nye. Give her enough of those from that side, and she's not going to miss too many.
Well, in this league, you have to be, as a left side hitter, you have to be able to handle out-of-system sets. You're seeing Nye do it beautifully here, taking multiple swings, getting a great approach. When the ball's in the air, I like watching what she does, and she gives herself a great opportunity to get a big, strong approach and swing heavy on the ball.
Getting close to 400 right now, Adora Nye. Serve error, though, from Orlando, 11-10 Valkyries.
Yeah, they're definitely going after Jen Moore, and we'll see if she can handle and sustain the serve receive right now. She has subbed out of the game, and Reagan Cooper in the front court.
This is the leading point player for Columbus all season. In a perfect world, they drive up something where you've got her and Kipp on the attack, but it's been hard to find the balance defensively on the floor. That White swing goes right at Leon. Cooper trying to put over White with the block. Just so tough.
Yeah, it's tough from that angle, and it's you know, something that you have to manage as an outside hitter. If you're not feeling that it's a great set and you see big hands over the net, got to try and find something else to do with the ball, perhaps take a hitter out by tipping or rolling, do something positive with the ball.
Leon saved an ace there from Graham's serve. Joseph, heavy. That'll be Columbus to get within one again at 12-11. They had a 4-point cushion early on in this set. Caitlin Horde, a 23-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky, serving here. An eye met by the block of Jones and Kip. White, fingertip touch. Put Kip in transition and an eye off the left side. She's not swinging, but she's blocking.
Oh, she's so good. One of the greatest or all-round players in the league. She does it all. They're picking on her in serve receive. She's able to handle that, and then not only is she getting big swings, but blocks like that in front of Kip. That's a great job by Adora Nye.
She serves now, spent 2023 with Panathinaikos in Greece. The University of Utah, first team All-American her final season there in 2017. Her team leads by 2. And up a set, Reagan Cooper across. Did White get a piece? Either way, it's a Columbus point. It stayed in. Wow.
Doesn't get much closer than that, Neil. Oh my goodness, a great shot. Reagan Cooper has got to start getting into a rhythm and start feeling that confidence and see what she can do here. She got just inserted into this match right here in the second set.
Ebbs and flows of a rookie pro, right? There's put down by Michaela White. 2 weeks ago, Cooper had a monster game and then was rarely on the floor in the victory over Atlanta.
Yeah, good set selection there because you can see the offense is run over top of the shortest blocker for the Fury. That's intentional, and as a taller middle, you're going to have an advantage if that ball gets set to you.
Well, no one was ready there for Orlando, and Santos recognizing Jones was also there.
Yeah, this is a great attack. It's 2 hands, and at the last minute, you're just kind of dishing it over your right shoulder. So it doesn't look like a one-handed attack. It really does look like you're going to set the offense.
Cooper, her serve after the overpass from Anai.
Yeah, you have to let the setter set the ball. So Raynell Jones obstructed the set, and that is not legal. So that's why immediately the whistle is blown, and it's a point for the Valkyries.
Well, that miscue makes it 15-13. Leon. Jones atones. Right back at it. 15-14.
That's a great shot by Jones, and I like the way she ran her route off a serve receive. The ball gets pushed outside of the block ever so slightly, and Jones takes advantage of that, and she's up ready, swinging hard.
Got 7 aces coming in, serving here. Scott heavy into Santos's block touch.
Adora Nye completely in control of first ball contact. She's doing an exceptional job of handling the pass. And then there you see Scott going hard, and she just swings away with confidence.
Cooper's there, Courtney Lush. Well done by Columbus to respond. Inside out. Stay within 1, 16-15.
Well, Courtney Lush puts every ounce of energy she can in every swing, and she does a really good job of not putting that ball low, reaching at the highest point possible, swinging big.
Took a couple years off for the birth of her daughter, Nora. That's one I would like to have back. Casually giving that away off the receive. 16 all. And an ace for Columbus and Santos. Been in and out of the lineup. Still inside the top 10 in the league in assists per set. Once in the top 5. Big block there in the middle. There's Kip. And a rare miss for her cross court. Gonna have a challenge though. Was there a block touch? Or so the challenge whisperer, Angel Perez thinks. They'll challenge that. 17-16 Orlando when we get the result, and then we'll be heading to a break, so Bill Thornburg will see if this goes the other way. Or net foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely a net touch there.
Kaz Brown's arm. Well, he's got that magical eye. And another challenge won, an important one, because it swings at 17-16 in favor of Columbus. Trying to get on even terms here. They lost the first set. A little bit of a spark from Rai Santos at the serve line. Anai. Graham for Joseph. Oh, Leon, another excellent dig. Graham, Anai, right at Cooper. 17 all.
That's some great volleyball we're seeing. Pro Volleyball Federation so proud of the product that they're putting out on the floor. You're seeing just amazing attacks here. Almost a great dig by Reagan Cooper, but that ball, so much heat behind it.
We've had a blast, especially from our courtside seat. Float serve sails long. 18-17 Columbus.
Reagan Cooper rotating to the front court now as Megan Courtney Lush is the other left side, so she's opposite, so she'll be serving.
Anai, Graham, back to Anai. 10th kill for Adora Anai. She's the first Valkyrie in double figures.
Yeah, that looked too easy for Adora Anai. Completely in system. We're going to see here the block. Just a big gaping hole, and Adora Anai, with her experience, she sees the hole and attacks it.
Her season high was 26 at Atlanta. Mentioned she had 17 here March 29th. That was the last Valkyrie victory. They're all even at 18. Joseph swinging for the fences. And then Huntington Park is across the street, so that's not the best idea. 19-18 Columbus.
Yeah, Joseph, actually, it was a float, and it was just bad hand-to-ball contact. There was no snap, no follow-through. You saw where that one went.
Yeah, it took off on her. Ivania Ortiz. 6 aces this year. Well, speaking of, that took off on her. And not the time to necessarily make that miscue. And going back to your point from the opening set, the mistakes that you want to marginalize or even eradicate if you're Columbus late on. 19 all. Adora Anai. Back-to-back serve errors.
Yeah, I mean, you think, you know, could these be aces instead of errors? And if they are, then your team is over the top at this point. So, but it's tight here. 2019, you want to put some pressure on the serve. You got to get it in, though.
And those miscues, same goes for Orlando, too. That's why they're in the midst of this 4-game losing streak. Scott blocked by Santos and Jones. Scott again at Courtney Lush. 2019 Columbus, Cooper. Well, that looked like Reagan Cooper of 2 weeks ago against San Diego.
It's just such a great set to the outside. You can see that hole. Love that angle there. Block not clearly formed. As blockers, you want to get hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, so that there's no hole in between you. It's tough to dig a ball. That goes right in the hole.
Kip serving, the 21-19 advantage. Looked like there was either over the line or into the net from Columbus, so a point for Orlando. Hagen tough, 21-20. Michaela White, 26-year-old from Riverdale, Maryland. Cooper, she's getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, and the reason why she's able to score on those is because the tempo is fast. The middle blocker, you see, they're not completely there. So there's an area of the court, and Cooper comes in so fast with her arm. So tempo location, really good off the setter's hands.
That was Aiken to the first 4-game win streak out of that first month of the season. Santos setting Cooper. There's Courtney Lush. It's out.
Really, that should have been, again, Columbus's point. There was an overpass, and instead of playing that free ball, running the offense out of it, I think you just take that ball and you just slam it down. So, again, a missed opportunity on an easy ball that you could have scored off of.
Yeah, great point. 22-21. They led by 4 early in the set, the Fury. Late on, led by 2. That's long on the serve. Sirame coming on for it.
And great communication there by the passing team for the Columbus Fury. As a passer, you're watching the ball. Sometimes you lose sight of where the court is when you're really focused on passing the ball. And Megan Courtney Lush kept communicating, called it and called it again, calling that ball out. So Valeria Leon let it go.
Did we hear a challenge horn go off? Or the substitution horn?
Yeah, I think they're bringing in the subs. I think there was
Barchackley and Horde on.
A little bit of a delay there on that.
All good now. 23-21, Columbus. Trying to conjure up what they did the last time on this floor. They were down a set, and then they took the next 3 against league-leading Atlanta. Barchackley from Murphy. Swiped right by Brown. The tip from Courtney Lush. What a dig, Scott. And then a nigh. Barchackley keeps it alive, and Kip off Murphy. And the Fury with a furious rally to get within 1 of taking the set.
Barchackley doing so many things well, starting from the serve that put Orlando in a difficult situation, then making some key digs, and Barchackley subbed in the game at just the right time for the Fury, making big-time points and plays.
She's been laid on. We're going to stay here. Columbus trying to close out this second set. Now Barchackley, Jones, Cooper all popping up in some contributions at the right time. Kip leads the way with 12 kills. We've gotten 11 digs from Leon.
Yeah, it's been a really good team effort for the Fury, and you know, I like the way Angel Perez understands his individual players' strengths and weaknesses, and he moves them in and out. Remember, they don't have as many subs as they do in the college game, so he's got to be really strategic as to when he puts these players in. Barchackley getting inserted late in this set and doing a remarkable job of keeping the ball alive in the backcourt.
Here in the PVF, you get 8 subs per set. Columbus has used 5 in this second set, and they lead 24-21. After dropping the opener 25-22, and Michelle Barchackley and her wealth of experience, talent, wisdom, all wrapped up into one for the midseason signing. Sirame, make sure a swing came from Anai. Cooper to end it. Long delay, but it's Orlando's point. That's long.
I think they're calling a touch here. You see Megan Courtney Lush talking to the official.
Good to see her without the safety goggles. She had the lacerated cornea for a couple of matches. They're going to challenge this. They're already successful once, and one here would even things up at a set apiece.
If you want to break down that last play, Orlando, the only option they had was setting the back row attack because Barchackley put them in a position where they only had one attacker. Columbus Fury's block comes in, and when there's a well-formed block, you can play defense around that. Barchackley does a really good job of lining herself up in the left back area of the court. And you see this attack here, and I think I really feel like the Columbus Fury team was saying that it went off the shoulder of the back court player.
Yeah.
But we see the replay
that was nowhere
here.
Close
no, that was the front row, the block. So still set point here for the Fury if they can get a side out.
The biggest success Orlando's had in this set was with Carly Scott serving. She's there now. Courtney Lush, Santos, Kip. Scott there, but a Columbus violation.
Yeah, back row attack as a Kip is back row right now, so her foot cannot touch that line. You can take off behind the line and leap in front of it, but your foot cannot touch the line, and that was where the violation is.
So an attack error and then the back row violation, and suddenly Orlando within 1 and another timeout, and we will break and come back to see who can close out this second set. Orlando up after taking the first. 24-23 Columbus. It's the PBF. You're watching it on YouTube.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Still set point for Columbus, with the last 2 to the Valkyries. Trying to side out here, Courtney Lush. Oh, somehow Anai got it over along with Murphy, and it falls. We're all even at 24.
Well, let's talk about the last 3 points for the Fury. Attack error, line violation, overpass that drops. So this is what we're talking about at the end of sets. You gotta play aggressively, smart. Can't have these unforced errors.
Gotta play clean, they have not. Start again at 24. Oh, no one was on the same page there in the middle. And Kip with an easy one. And so Columbus is serving again for set 2.
Yeah, Paula Chadami missing that one. That is her job. She's a defensive player. You've got to be able to go for balls, and she just lets that one drop. So I know she wants that one back. That was a huge error, keeping Columbus in this set.
They also had Teeler on the floor, but she exits. Rai Santos. And Anai. Graham to Brown. Oh, that is cheeky. But they're going to say it's an error on Orlando, and the point to Columbus. And the Fury takes set 2. They look tooled really well, but with the follow through, did she go into the net?
Yeah, I think she just cut it way too sharp. She was going for that sharp cross-court shot, and it just went out of bounds. And she turned around and told her coach it was in, but Coach Amy Pauley wasn't buying it. She saw that it was out.
A good one here. One game separates the teams. Columbus, Orlando, even at a set apiece after 2. We break, and we'll come back. Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube.
So hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day 1 to now has been dramatic.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb and provolleyballshop.com.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Saray with a tap down. With the Sentel hand.
And Marley Monster is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb and provolleyballshop.com.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Welcome back, Nationwide Arena. A little bit of an Irish jig to get you in the mood. Of course, the Dublin Irish Festival, a very popular event in early August in the Columbus suburbs. We could do that, right?
Yeah, let's give it a try. I want to see you kick that high.
All right, remaining schedules and what's on tap. Columbus with Grand Rapids coming up on Sunday. Only 4 remaining for Orlando after this. Reagan Cooper and Rai Santos start this third set, all even at 1 here. Good one going. Columbus can tie for 5th with a victory. Cooper with Joseph, a save into the table by us. Leon. Raynell Jones, what a rally to start here in set 3. Shoveled over by Scott. There's Kip. Joseph Graham, the setter. Courtney Lush, Leon, and that pass over, Murphy. And there's Scott going at Courtney Lush, but she's ready. Great dig, Cooper. Anai with the set from Graham. Joseph, that toss over. What do they call the lift?
Well, it's a questionable call because, you know, we've seen a lot of attacks or tips where you're just kind of taking it and throwing it down. The official said, nah, that's not going to happen here tonight. So the point goes to the Columbus Fury, but what a rally to start this third set.
Yeah, quite the anticlimactic way to put that one to bed, but Columbus will take it. They took the second set. Orlando took the first. These two have already played a 5-match set this year. There's Cooper. And Reagan Cooper was the standout in that 5-setter. She had 29 kills, her season high, and she's found a little bit of a groove since coming on late on in the second set.
Yeah, good things happen when you aim high off the blocker's hands. That one out of system, but she manages to score a point.
Kip serves, Anai. He leads Orlando in kills. Well, Jones thought that was down. That's long from Orlando on the recoil.
I think what these players do exceptionally well is they know what a hitter can do based on the set, and there was no opportunity for the Orlando player to swing on a tight set. So Clearly these players know how to react to different sets. Does the hitter have an opportunity to swing big, or are they going to tip? They read so well.
The serve error from Kendall Kipp of Columbus gives Orlando their first point. Michaela White, Courtney Lush, and Santos. Well, she saw it well, even though that pass was a little offline, and made the most of it.
Yeah, you want the ball to be passed right on top of the net, but this one a little tight. Santos, exceptional job of using her left hand to attack that ball in the right front area of the court.
Time working in and out with a leg injury, but finding some success right now. So is Cooper with the ace.
Now let's take a look at how the tape is in favor here of the Fury. Cooper laughs a little bit at that serve.
From the Palouse to Lubbock, Texas, to Lawrence, Kansas. Good block there on the swing from Orlando. China Joseph. She serves, Jones goes right at her. And Raynell Jones says, welcome back to receive.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that swing, let me tell you. The pass was low and fast. Rye does a nice job of setting Raynell Jones, and Jones just going for it, blasting that one across the net.
Jones comes up a little shallow on that serve. You know, speaking of Santos and you being a Hall of Fame setter in your own right, Stringer, excellent player. She's been coming off late matches. What do you think Santos helps provide this group that they were getting early in the season when they were successful?
Yeah, well, I think she's pretty consistent, and I think she's able to set middle as she's moving back. That's a huge, very difficult play to make. When you're moving back, being able to pump middle. Take a look at this again. And there's no block there because it's the unexpected set. It's the tricky set, the highest level of setting right there you saw. Rye Santos doing a wonderful job.
Right on cue, she set up your commentary for the Horde kill. Leon fired up with that dig. There's Santos setting Lush. It'll roll down the twine off Graham. Great start for the Fury here in set 3. 8-3, they lead.
Lush just taking this ball and ripping it. Again, taking advantage of a shorter block. Carly Graham for the Orlando Valkyries as a shorter 5'11" setter blocking that pin.
Nice Santos. Just lobbing that over. Courtney Lush off the tip. Orlando and Joseph can't come up with the dig. 7-1 run for the Fury to start the third set after they get things even in set 2. And a timeout from the Valkyries.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Impressive start to the third set for the Fury. Columbus leads 9-3. They took the second set 26-24. Orlando, the opener, 25-22. Neil Sika, the Ohio State Hall of Famer, Audrey Flaw with you. And they are fired up. And they have been fired up with some of the good play going back to the Atlanta game, but what do you like about how they've started this third?
Well, I think they're passing really well. They're serving aggressively. Santos is in setting, seems to be in great rhythm with her middles, as we saw at 31. That was just a rip, and then a nice Another middle attack by Raynell Jones. So I like that they're pumping middle, and that'll open things up for the outside hitters. And Cooper is on the court for the Fury, a fan favorite. So this place is rocking right now.
Cooper 4 kills off the bench. Came out of the second set. So did Rai Santos. And she has brought some synergy. Horde, hello, in the middle with the block. 10-3 Columbus.
Great read by the Fury block. They're starting in. They know that there's a backcourt threat. You can see their Horde not fooled, and Kip is right next to her, taking away a nice chunk of that net.
Five-kill, 4-block game against Atlanta in the victory a week ago. Shaina Joseph's coming off, and you were discussing this. We were talking about it off air, but you brought up the point. Wilma Rivera, who got on such a heater from the serve line. She hasn't played. They started Graham tonight, but she comes on here in the substitution role. So Rivera is on, along with got Murphy, Scott, Brown out there, Teeler. Santos looks to keep the momentum going for the Fury. An eye off that first pass. Just pummeled it. Leon just goes about her business doing it, but you know that it's got to be a good swing when she can't come up with a good dig.
Dora and I can swing her way out of tough situations. It was just a bump set. There was no trickery involved there. Fury knew it was going to a 9. She just annihilates it.
She needed it. 11 kills for her. 10-4. Teeler digs. Rivera. Now a Nye. He's trying to drop that off the touch with Kip. Reagan Cooper. Couple of blocks at the net that had to go over from Scott. Here's Kip. And the block from White goes awry. Kendall Kip. So good off that swing.
Yeah, that's rotation 1 where Kip just kind of stays in that left front position. Typically we see her swinging from the right side, but she shows her versatility there, just hitting so strong from that left pin.
Courtney Lush with the serve. Point denied by Horde. There's Kip. 4 times. That's one too many. And that started with the Kip swing off the right pin.
Yeah, it's again recognizing what can the hitter do based on the set that they're given, and that was nothing that the outside hitter can do. Kip took control of the net.
Fast and furious, pun intended, for Columbus to start here in set 3, leading 12-4. Kind of violation, I'm going to say Teeler. Step over the line, did she go into the net?
Yeah, someone crossed over under the net, that center line violation, and the Valkyries are confused. They want further explanation on who it was, and you can see that the down official is giving numbers with his hand signals as to exactly who was under the net.
Largest lead at any point in the match, 13-4, and Amy Pauley is going to challenge this. Here's the head coach at Alabama Birmingham for a couple of seasons, about 15 years ago, then went off to Villanova and USC, associate head coaching roles. There she is, the 37-year-old from the suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah, it's clear. Center line fault right there. That's a setter when they're going to make that pivot move to get the ball that's passed off the net. You can see that there was a clear center line violation there, so a good call by the down official. Those are scary plays sometimes because as you come under the net, you know, you could possibly take out the opponent's ankle, knee sometimes, so you really just want to stay on your side of the net.
Sometimes easier said than done. Courtney Lush over, 13-4. Horde and Kip feasting. 10-point Fury advantage here in set 3.
Yeah, Rivera not getting her hands on the ball, just bump setting this one. You can see how that traps the hitter, bringing her inside. There's really nowhere to swing.
Courtney Lush, ace in the back row. Megan Courtney Lush, really the Swiss Army knife for this team. She does it all.
And she does it all at a very high level. Everything she does is exceptional.
Yeah, don't want to make her career seem pedestrian. I mean, she's played all over the world, national champion a couple of times at Penn State. But in the twilight and still looking pretty darn tough. That overpass comes from Murphy. Columbus can do no wrong right now. 16-4, another Orlando timeout.
Now look at that shot. She sees where the blocker's outside hand is. She knows where that antenna is. She slices that ball clearly down the line. Too hard to handle.
We'll step out. Middle of this third set. Columbus in good form, 16-4. Fury lead it. It's the PVF on YouTube.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like the in the choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
What an absolutely beautiful spring evening in the Midwest as we welcome you live to Grand Rapids. This is Pro Volleyball Federation. And on the left side, Chase with a set point swing.
Tom to Temi, and she wins it for San Diego.
Pass by Sponsel. And Cash Brown, absolutely spectacular.
See the remaining schedules. Orlando, they have to go to San Diego Monday nights. And they will conclude with 4 matches. Columbus, this is their 18th match, so they still have 6, and it will all be in front of them. You saw the schedule. Atlanta, Omaha, those are the top teams in the league, along with San Diego, a team they'll be in competition for that 4th and final slot, the way the standings are now. Anai with the point out of the timeout.
Yeah, and these are all must-win situations for both teams. So this battle tonight, super important as we're kind of the tail end of the season.
Last meeting of the regular season, trying to split the season series is the Fury. Reagan Cooper has come to life off the Columbus bench.
Yeah, this is a shot that Cooper has been working on, that cross-court shot. Again, you can't just hit the same shot over and over. So important for Reagan Cooper to elevate her game as she came into this Pro Volleyball Federation. She knows the blockers are bigger, defense is better, and she's been able to get shots under her belt. Again, Coach Angel Perez really loves her upside.
He said, she's my project.
Yep.
And she's shown that she could be a force down the road and fine-tune some things. The offense is there. The offense was there from Anai in a big way. 17-6, still a healthy Columbus lead in this third set. Nadora Anai back to the serve line. The Hawaiian. And Cooper goes again. And feeling confident, Reagan Cooper.
Yeah, ball gets served to her. She handles it beautifully. Shuffle steps to the outside, and then a nice fast set to her. I like the way she goes high off the blocker's hands. She's really feeling it.
6 kills for Cooper, 18-6. Columbus advantage. White, good work in transition there, and unsuspecting Kip.
That's a tough pass there for Anai. Again, it's when you're in the right back area of the court, it's on your right shoulder, and she does a really good job of keeping the ball in front of the setter, and that allows the setter to set middle.
There's Cooper. Cooper is finding the groove.
Well, Cooper's sitting over top of Wilma Rivera, 5'8" setter for Orlando. And again, this is where volleyball is such an interesting sport. You have to embrace the give and takes of the lineup and systems that you have. So a little shorter blocker on the outside, but Coach Pauly is sticking with Rivera.
Leon back on, Courtney Lush. That skipped like a stone off the hands of Teeler. And the receive, the passing pour from Orlando, but credit to Courtney Lush just to give him something to think about, 20-7.
Yeah, Lush knows where the smaller blocker is. She's taking advantage.
Cooper goes to Anai, Rivera. And that is down the well from Skylar Fields, who came on, and this player was an All-American at USC and stand out at Texas prior. Knows Amy Pauley well. She was signed right after these two teams last played, and she picks up the point there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Skylar Fields will bring to this Orlando team here. They desperately need her. They need her swing on that left side.
20-8, 21-8 after the serve error.
Yeah, and the Fury love the fact that that was an error because, as we mentioned earlier, Rivera went on serving after serving ace when they played here in March. So kind of got off of that one easy with her error. Fury's happy about that net violation there by the server.
She had 7 aces that night, the last night of the last victory for Orlando. Bartackley on, important role late on in these sets. Santos, Kip, off the fingertips of an eye. No chance even trying to throw up a finger there.
Santos doing a really good job of moving forward, setting back, setting the long set, and then that's a difficult set. The distance is longer, you got to be so accurate, so way to feed the beast, Kendall Kip.
Arch Hackley back to a 9. Swing from Fields. There's the dig, Barch Hackley. Reminiscent of what she did toward at the tail end of the second set. Nice block from Teeler. 22-9. Fields back to serve. So he's playing in Italy, much like Kendall Kip before her arrival in Orlando at the start of April. On the overpass, Anai can't take advantage. Santos went into Horde. Orlando will benefit anyway, and that could have been a scary moment when you collide in unsuspecting terms. And Angel Perez saying to Caitlin Horde, "Are you good?" She is.
Megan Courtney Lush being the mom she is, just double checked.
Mother hen.
Yes.
22-10. Oh, nearly ran into Santos there. Well, Columbus a little disjointed at the moment, and that's going to go for an Orlando point.
Well, you can see how a bad pass can take you completely out of rhythm. So they're really picking on Cooper right now. Angel Perez has some sub options if he wants to give Cooper a break. But he's got a nice little cushion here. I don't think he's panicking, nor is the team panicking at all. I see Valeria Leon saying, hey, just one pass, guys, one pass.
Got out to a 10-3 advantage. They have not looked back. 22-11 and trying to go up 2-1. Fields serves to Cooper. Courtney Lush. There's the mother end. She says, all right, let's get back to what we've been doing here.
Yeah, such a fluid swing, just high, just rips it. Just great shoulder rotation. So many good things about her swing. Just so fun to watch Megan Courtney Lush.
8-year pro, MVP of the Super Cup in Italy in 2022. How about that hit?
Oh, wow. Oh. Teeler, where you been, girl? My gosh, what a swing. Unexpected set there on the right pin, and Teeler crushes that ball.
She was 4 picks after Kendall Kip in the draft. Out of Kentucky. Second team All-American twice there down in Lexington. Courtney Lush.
Finesse shot by Lush here. Right pin, not where she typically swings. Gets her feet to the ball. Takes advantage of the block.
Courtney Lush serving for the set. The proponents off the bench, Santos and Cooper, have turned this thing around after losing that first set. Columbus airmail from Teeler. Columbus is up 2-1.
Well, that was a statement win by the Fury. My goodness, they came out strong. Santos setting the offense. Cooper was in. Orlando was taking advantage of Cooper here a little bit on serve receive, but with that heavy lead, Columbus, it was okay that they had some errors there at the end. It didn't cost them at all. That was a big win in this third set for the Fury.
Big cushion, big dominance. 25-12 in that third set, and Columbus has taken 5 of their last 6 sets here on their home floor. They'll try and close it out. We'll come back with the 4th set after this. It's the PVF on YouTube.
with a tap down. With the
And Marley Monster is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb and provolleyballshop.com.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party, you weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
They're hot.
Start of the 4th set inside Nationwide Arena, where Fury fans are looking for a second consecutive victory after that 6-game losing streak. Orlando's lost 4 in a row. Neil Sika, the Ohio State Hall of Famer, Audrey Flaw, Canadian international, having some fun. The Fury with their largest margin of set victory this season, 13 points. The previous was really in a throwaway in a 3-1 4-set loss to Grand Rapids. That was a matinee game. They had won by 12, but a 13-point cushion where they controlled early and often. And Reagan Cooper, Rai Santos, they were critical. They'll start this 4th set. Leon, Kip, Courtney Lush, Horde out there. Meanwhile, for Orlando, we see Abby Hansen for the first time tonight. It was the 21st pick in the draft by Omaha and then was traded to Orlando. She played her final season of college ball at UCF. Well, Hansen is still off. They've got Brown, Scott, Joseph there. Rivera is setting. She came on late in the 3rd set and gets a good one there for the opening point to deliver for the Valkyries.
Nice job by Joseph to play that tip, and again, just keeping the ball alive, and then the cleanup lady for the Valkyries. My goodness, Adora Nye getting it done.
13 kills for Nye. They go at Cooper. Teams target her in the serve game. Kip, it was long, but into the net went Orlando.
The Fury fans, I love that they stand until the Columbus Fury gets their first point. They were happy that that happened there in that first swing. They can all sit back down.
Courtney Lush serves on the overpass. Creates a joust with Rivera and Horde, and then Scott. That was off Columbus.
Yeah, Kendall Kipp was like, yeah, I was in the net. So net violation, she wasn't going to fight it. She knew she touched the net, so side out for the Valkyries.
They have to have it. This fourth set, nearly lead at 2-1. To Cooper, Santos, Horde. Contortioned herself to shovel that over. Two-hand pass by Joseph. Kipp times it, turns it down, turns it into a point.
Yeah, Kipp, it looked like the direction she was swinging was going to be cross court, and then you see thumb down and she's able to do something a little unexpected by hitting that ball or attempting to hit the ball down the line, and as a result goes off the blocker's hands.
Got a match high, 17 kills. Evening things up at 2 apiece. She's had 20 and 26 in her home games. She debuted against San Diego 2 weeks ago. That was a hard 5-set loss for the Fury. What a swing by Brown. But violation.
Yeah, touch the antenna out of bounds. Let's look at this again. Yeah, you can see once that antenna moves out of bounds, and that's a point for the Fury.
The third time tonight, ball off the antenna.
Yeah, but the speed of that, even though it hit the antenna, the speed of it was pretty remarkable.
Need to be on the lookout off the deflection. So try again. Jones and Cooper on the block touch. Anai frustrated, didn't go, and then Cooper says, deal with it. Down the well from Reagan Cooper.
Man, when you can take out the best player on the other side, that gives a little spark to your team. So going right after Adora Anai, that was Cooper with the kill. 8
kills for Cooper. They've come in a reserve role. She came on late in the second set. 4-2 Fury. Anai Jones, team's leading blocker, along with Kipp Kalmine.
So Anai making a couple errors here. Not that the dig was an error, that was just a great shot by Cooper, but when you get stuff blocked, I always like to see how a hitter reacts to that, so we'll see here.
Joseph. Santos, despite her best efforts, coming a little shy, and that'll bring Leon back on.
That's why it's so important for defensive players to watch the hand hitting the ball, because she took a little bit off of that as she was going up to swing. So you just have to be really focused on what the hitter is doing with their hands. So if you can just dial it in, oftentimes it gives yourself an advantage in the backcourt.
Another former Kentucky standout on the Orlando roster, and Kaz Brown. But not delivering on that serve. 6-3 Fury. And it's the Orlando mistakes that have crept up in abundance over the last set and early start here in the fourth. But the Fury have adjusted well, much like they did a week ago after dropping the opening set to Atlanta. That was the case tonight. Raynell Jones on a field day. She's reading that so well.
It's the game within the game, the serve pass game. You take Orlando out of system, suddenly the ball gets under set, and the advantage goes to the block. Raynell Jones lining up perfectly, really doing a nice job there at the net.
Kipp. Scott, there is Hansen. Big swing, Abby Hansen, who played for head coach Todd Dagenet at Central Florida, now the head coach of Atlanta, and she with a much-needed heavy swing.
Yeah, when you get a player that hasn't played a lot, you don't have a huge scouting report on them, you can take advantage of great sets like that.
Hansen had a nice game when she came on for Michaela White after her injury here late March, but the momentum dies after the serve error.
And again, it's Rivera's serve that went into the net. She served the Fury off the court in March, so we've seen her serve twice now, 2 errors.
And really not in sync after she's been sitting out for much of this one, with Graham being the primary setter. Hansen, Leon with the reaction. Courtney Lush and Scott. She was caught between 2 minds, and it was the wrong one.
Yeah, you can feel the rhythm here on the Fury side of the net, and then that back court for Orlando, not able to control that missile that Courtney Lush just unleashes.
9-4. Fury playing with confidence. Joseph, Kip, the punch over. Santos! It had eyes and stays in.
Everybody appreciates a great dig. I hope we get to see that one. Yes, outside of your body. Real difficult dig for Kip to make, but that's what you do. You know, you just go hard for the ball and good things will happen. So Kip keeping that ball alive, and then a little punch over results in an easy point here for the Fury.
She had that knock in practice in the midweek, but looks no worse for the wear. And the way Columbus playing, put you in better spirits too. Adrenaline rush. Courtney Lush. A tip to the center. Leon, Santos, Kip. Good night.
Leon, such a smart defensive player, reads. Again, she's looking at what will the hitter do based on the set, and then she watches the hitter's hand. That tip she releases from her defensive position and plays it up.
11-4. Columbus looking to run away with this 4 set. On a healthy 7-point advantage. Anai. Rivera's block. Murphy. And the retort isn't getting over.
Even the out-of-system sets that Orlando is giving their hitters are trap sets. They're high, they're in, or they're low, they're inside, and really hitters can't do much with that. So a real sign of an exceptional team is what can you do when a non-setter is setting the ball. And if you could put that ball in a favorable position for a hitter to swing aggressively, that's a real advantage for your team.
Cooper didn't fit it in on the serve, so the error. They'll take it to 12-5. Adora Anai leading the Valkyries tonight in points. Courtney Lush met the block of Hansen and Teeler. 2 straight for Orlando.
Yeah, that time Lush, let's take a look at this. Yeah, there's a big block in front of her. Not much you can do on that one. Sometimes you just have to give the point away and just go, hey, give me the next ball, do something better with it.
Teeler, a U17 United States Youth International. But there's been no momentum sustained, especially in the serve game tonight. Night and day for Orlando. Anai with the error, 13-6 Columbus. Fury looking for back-to-back wins. Hansen, and Kip was late. Hansen in transition, she's earned a couple of points off the bench.
That's a tough one to get. It's not a crisp hit from the middle, so as a defensive player and right back, you're always like digging in, ready for a hard hit, and that one kind of comes with some backspin on it. It's hard to push off and play that ball. Kendall Kip, despite her best effort, wasn't able to play that easy hit.
Santos, Horde, wiper blades that over. Pass from Scott. Oh, Santos, so clever. What a night she's had.
Yeah, as a setter, you have to mix in those attacks or else the defense just lets you go. So right now, Santos not only gets a point there, but actually forces the left side blocker to respect her as an attacker, and that will open things up for Kip.
She got 3 kills, 28 assists. She came on midway through the second set. Leon, just acrobatics from the libero every time. Kip got repelled though by a better block from Brown and Scott. Fair play to both there.
Yeah, Leon, what a great dig though. That is, it takes a lot of courage to just accept these swings that are coming at you and then to play with such enthusiasm and effort on that back court. Wow, Leon.
She left Ohio State as the all-time leading digs leader. Never missed a match in her Buckeye career. 14-8, Columbus. Speaking of, wearing that red shirt, got the dig, but it's jostled by Santos and Horde, and then Kip's last attempt falls shy. 2 straight for Orlando. 14-9. Mentioned it's been 2 months it's been since the back-to-back wins. That was part of that 4-match win streak for Columbus. And Orlando was the second victory at the end of the 4 overall. Teeler. Horde goes right to Teeler. Great dig. Santos sets Horde. Windmill from Horde.
Let's take a look at this. I love this play. Take a look at Blue blocker in the middle going to her left, and that ball is set right in front of her. So miscue there by Orlando middle blocker opens things up beautifully for Caitlin Horde, and if there's no block on her, she's going to slam it down. There's a dent in the floor on the Valkyries side.
Columbus in a great rhythm. We're taking a break. They're the first of 15 here in the 4th set. 15-9. Fury up 2-1. It's the PVF on YouTube.
Omaha, Nebraska. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb.com and provolleyballshop.com.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Well, one young fan in favor of Raynell Jones's game. She's been strong, but you can look across the board and there's a lot of the sum of the parts that have come together. It's not just Kip tonight, but elements off the bench. Santos, Cooper, Courtney Lush, the chip-ins from the libero and Leone, and that's why they've looked, I wouldn't say as prolific as they've been all season, but as confident as they've been in a while.
Yeah, I think when you're playing and all 6 players are contributing and knowing that they're playing pretty much at the top of their game, that's a great feeling. So you're in rhythm and things are going well. You can just sense it and you feel like you're unstoppable, really.
They have been since the start of the 3rd set. Reagan Cooper rejoices to celebrate another kill. 16-9.
Not only a smart set, a well-placed set. You can see there how Cooper looks like she's going to go over top of Rivera down the line, and at the last minute, just her hand position on the ball. She's been really exceptional with that cross-court shot.
Too strong for Megan Courtney Lush. Applied her trade in her Scholastic days, Kettering Bishop Alter, before moving on to Penn State. Scott. 16-10, Cooper receives, kills. Well, if you're gonna see a window into the maturation of Cooper, that's it right there. Receive it, then kill it.
And she's moving back on the pass. That's what makes it so difficult, is they served her deep and she had to move back, makes a great pass, and then gets outside and hits what I think is one of the toughest shots. That line shot comes at that right back player pretty quickly, so it was lights out there. That was a great 2 contacts there for Cooper.
Impressive. Second Fury player to double-figure kills. She has 10. And with the block and Jones, they were close, but Brown and Teeler, I think it was Teeler who had the swing that is going to earn Orlando the ultimate point.
That's what I love about Raynell Jones. She loves to block. Most players love to hit. She loves to block. She loves to get in a hitter's face and deny him. Now, that one wasn't successful, but I just like the look on her face when she goes up and when she gets a good one.
That block too strong from Orlando. From that basketball pedigree, you want to make Dennis Rodman a reference with the way he loved to rebound.
Yeah.
Do the dirty work and the intangibles. Of course, that's a huge part of the game, of course, but unselfish player. Rivera, pass back to Teeler. Up front to Cooper. Oh, mercy. Reagan Cooper, 11 kills.
Well, if you're Angel Perez, you've got to be so happy that Cooper is starting to feel it again. And what you're happy about, too, is if she's having an off night, you've got Moore. If Moore's struggling, you've got Cooper. So it's just nice when you have depth in that position because it's a critical position, that left side attacker.
Cooper with 5 kills. 5 of her 11 have come here in this fourth set. Courtney Lush, sacrifice. Oh, what a job. Santos was also in on that. Anai, kip over. Anai got it to go, but not after a frantic defensive effort from the home club.
Yeah, but Angel Perez clapping and so happy because defense is an attitude, and even though that point didn't go in Columbus's favor, he loves the defensive effort that he's seeing from his team. That's all you can ask for.
Rivera. Got the ability to go on a serving run. Santos in transition, Hansen over, now Kip. And Murphy's gonna come up toward the scorer's table after another big swing from Kip.
And more importantly, again, Rivera is off the service line. That was a really good jump spin, top spin serve that she had from the service line. When you side out, you get her off that. There's no more threat. You've got to wait 5 more rotations before you see her serve again.
Yeah, that's a great point. They have kept her runs at the line very minimal. And of course, she's also plagued that with errors of her own. Reagan Cooper now to serve. 20-12, Columbus trying to run away with this thing since the start of the third set. Teeler comes up to try and keep Orlando in it. 20-13.
Teeler's done such a good job stepping in off the bench and really being positive with her swings, being aggressive. I like the way she plays.
She's been in and out of the lineup. This is only her 11th match of the season. In 27 sets now. Courtney Lush caught a piece of a Valkyrie, fell in anyway.
Nothing better than that shot right there. I don't know a defense that can play that kind of ball.
21-13, laid on, Horde in, Barch Hackley, who serves. And you like the strategy, the philosophy behind what she provides from the serve line and how she gets Columbus.
Yeah, she's done a really good job of putting her defense in a position to score a point with her serve.
Much like this. Well, despite Cooper's best efforts, that took off on her. 21-14, Orlando hanging on, 4 points away from a second consecutive victory for Columbus. Valkyries have lost 4 in a row. They're heading to San Diego Monday night. Columbus at home trying to tame what's been their Achilles heel this season in terms of one team, Grand Rapids. They've won the previous 3. That's long, and you could say turnabout is fair play. What they did from the serve line a month ago is nowhere near what we've seen tonight from Orlando.
Completely different serving team tonight. You're absolutely right, Neil.
Nice Santos. In the middle of the season, ankle injury and dealt with some illness, but playing one of her stronger games tonight. Teeler turns it down before Columbus trying to turn out the lights. 22-15.
There you go, that 4-time all SEC player there, Teeler. That's a shot.
Had 1 double-double this season. That was against Omaha. 14 kills, 14 blocks. There's a lot of double-doubles in Kendall Kipp's future. Adds another kill to the resume. 23-15.
One of the things you have to do to be a good outside hitter is keep that ball in front of your right shoulder and swing into it. That was a great example of that by Kip.
Got a match high 21 kills. She's had 20 in all 3 of her home matches for Columbus. 2 points from the finishing touch. Cooper. Oh, it's a Columbus point.
And it's in.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the Fury will serve for the match. 12 kills for Cooper. Off the Columbus bench, Courtney Lush. Rivera sets Fields. Fields again. Santos, Cooper. Good night, Orlando. Back to back for the Columbus Fury. And they're back into a tie for 5th in the PVF.
Nationwide Arena loving the play here. What a great win. And as you said, Fury is in the hunt for a playoff spot.
What looked like despair in the season getting away 2 weeks ago, but they've turned it up here at home, beating the league's best in Atlanta and a wounded Orlando team, which has now dropped 5 in a row. Kendall Kipp leads the way with 21 kills, 14 for Reagan Cooper, 39 assists for Rai Santos. Leon, Courtney Lush, Kipp all had double-figure digs, and just an all-around consensus quality performance from a Columbus team that might be playing their best volleyball or wanting to and peaking at the right time.
Yeah, and I think what's really exceptional and needs to be noted is that there are people coming off the bench that are holding spots until starters can kind of get back into a rhythm, or maybe they're sick. And that's the sign of a really good team. You've got people that can step in and the level of play is still up there. So hats off to Jen Moore for starting the match and doing a really good job. And then, of course, Reagan Cooper coming in and doing a really good job of just being Reagan Cooper, right? Passing and swinging big. And so all around, just really, really solid job. Gotta love it when you see multiple people playing at a very high level for the Fury.
The Fury are 7-11. They've won 2 in a row. They dropped the first set tonight, 25-22, and then won 26-24, and emphatically 25-12 and 25-15 to close it out. 5 straight losses for Orlando. They're now 7-13. And you turn it around, enjoy this for a little bit, and then you come right back against a Grand Rapids team that has Columbus's number, but that's a big one coming up on Sunday afternoon.
Oh yeah, that is a huge match, and I know that this Columbus Fury team has not been successful against Grand Rapids, and they need that win, and everyone is important. So again, celebrate tonight and then get ready for Sunday.
All right, rest up. We'll see you on Sunday. That's the Hall of Famer, Audrey Flaw. I'm Neil Seeker. A great crew here led tonight at Nationwide, where the Columbus Fury are victorious 3-1 in the victory over the Orlando Valkyries. Adam Dell led our crew. Candace Allen, Kayla Williams, our thanks to you, and our thanks to you for watching. We'll be back with you Sunday afternoon at Nationwide Arena. It's Columbus against Grand Rapids with a 2 p.m. first serve. Fury win it in 4 sets, 3-1 over Orlando. They've won 2 straight and are in 5th place in the PVF. From Nationwide Arena, good night.